slumber, though troubled and dream-infested, was continuous.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, okay, okay.
I hate when that happens while I'm sleeping. Welcome to Dagon.
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 Don't let the Dagon.
A faithful, interactive adaptation of H.P. Lovecraft's works, focused on story and atmosphere. You will not find difficult choices. Okay.
I am writing this under an appreciable mental strain, since by tonight I shall be no more.
Oh shit.
I found out the name of H.P. Lovecraft's cat. You know the name of his cat, right?
Yeah, I know the name of his cat.
Okay, good.
It's Friendly Guy.
Yeah.
Penniless, and at the end of my supply of the drug which alone makes life endurable, I can bear the torture no longer, and shall cast myself from this garret window into the squalid street below.
What about
That's
behind
not good.
us? Is there a door behind us?
Do not think from my slavery
Okay,
to
we
me
can't.
that I am a weakling or a degenerate.
This is
I
pretty
think
cool.
you are.
These hastily scrawled pages, you may guess, though never fully realize why it is that I must have forgetfulness or death.
Oh damn. We're gonna delve into his backstory. Let's begin, dude.
Into his horrid Dagon adventure. Oh shit. We get to
Oh.
learn about morphine?
Interesting. At the time when Dagon was published, morphine abuse, known as soldier's disease, already posed a big problem in the United States. Damn.
That's kind of cool.
Look at this.
I'm learning. Next I'll learn
It was in one of
the most important thing of all,
least
who was in
frequented parts
Paris.
of the broad Pacific, that the packet of which I was supercargo fell a victim to the German sea raider.
Sea Raider. Who was it?
Teleport to the boat. Oh shit.
The Great War was then at its very beginning, and the
Oh, this is
ocean
World War
forces
I
of the
shit.
Hun had not completely sunk to their later degradation, so that our vessel was made a legitimate prize.
This is
whilst
actually gonna
we
be
of her
interesting,
crew
I feel
were
like.
treated with all the
Yeah, I'm pretty
fairness and
hyped.
consideration due us as naval prisoners.
It's kind of cool. Like, you just progress by clicking around. It's like a point and click,
Yeah.
but like
So liberal,
With a little
indeed,
more
was the discipline of our captors. that
adventure.
5 days after we were taken, I managed to escape alone in a small
Oh,
boat
shit.
with water and provisions for a good length of time.
Okay.
Look at that. Okay, he was able to get out. There's his provisions and water.
I took my water and I
When I
just
finally
peed
found
into it. It
myself
was fucked
adrift
up.
and free, I had but little idea of my surroundings.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, this is very pretty
Never a
game.
competent navigator, I could only guess vaguely by the sun and stars that I was somewhat south of the equator.
I would have just fucking went
Of
in
the
a direction.
longitude, I knew nothing. And no
I
island
literally
was
would have said,
in
fuck that
existence.
shit. I'm going right.
I'm just going right.
Yeah,
What's over there? We're going right.
it's the moon. That's why I'm going
The
there.
weather kept fair, and for uncounted
I followed the
days I
moon.
drifted aimlessly beneath the scorching sun, waiting either for some passing ship or to be cast on the shores of some habitable land.
Oh, yeah. Now it's nice and sunny out.
Beautiful.
But neither ship nor land appeared, and I began
no.
to despair in my solitude upon the heaving vastness of unbroken blue.
I was really sad.
I was so
The change
sad.
happened whilst I
Sad
slept.
on the
Oh
ocean.
shit.
Its details I shall never know,
What?
for my slumber, though troubled and dream-infested, was continuous.
Oh fuck.
Okay, okay, okay.
I hate when that happens while I'm sleeping.
What's going on here?
You know.
When at last I awoke, it was to discover myself half sucked into a slimy expanse of hellish black mire, which extended about me in monotonous undulations as far as I could see,
Why, though?
and in which my boat lay grounded some distance away.
Where's my boat? Oh, there's my boat.
Though
Right
one
there.
might well imagine that my first sensation would be of wonder at so prodigious and unexpected a transformation.
Yeah, this is no good.
scenery,
This is straight up
I
bad.
was in reality more horrified than astonished.
Yeah, no, I'm
For
with
there
you on
was in
that.
the
You
air
should be.
And in the rotting soil, a sinister quality which chilled me to the very core.
That makes sense.
The
There's
region
a-
was putrid with the carcasses
gross
of decaying
eye.
fish and of other less describable things which I saw protruding from the nasty mud of the unending plain. Perhaps I should not hope to convey in mere words the unutterable hideousness.
The unending
that can
expanse
dwell in
it's
absolute
getting to me.
silence and
I hate when that
barren
happens.
immensity.
When it's unending.
There was nothing within hearing and nothing in sight save a vast reach of black slime. Yet the
And
very
squids.
completeness of the stillness and the homogeneity of the landscape oppressed me with a nauseating fear. The sun was blazing down from a sky which seemed to me almost black in
shit.
its cloudless cruelty, as though reflecting the inky marsh beneath my feet.
Imagine this. Imagine you just chilling. This fucking happens.
Yeah.
I'd be so pissed.
As I
I'd be
crawled
pissed,
into the
bro, yeah.
stranded boat, I realized that only one theory could explain my position.
Aliens.
Through some
Motherfucking
unprecedented
aliens.
volcanic upheaval, a portion of the ocean floor must have been thrown to the surface.
That's not
exposing
aliens.
Regions for which innumerable millions of years had lain hidden.
There's a
under
goblin.
unfathomable watery depths.
Come on, you know this
So
isn't
great was the
fucking
extent of the new land
volcanoes.
which had
This is
risen
aliens.
beneath me that I could not detect the faintest noise of the surging ocean, straining my ears as I might.
Gross. Tentacle lands.
Gross.
Disgusting.
Nor were there any seafowl.
Disgusting
to prey on the
creature.
dead things.
A dubious little creature getting up to mischief.
Devious creature.
It's like Chills, but funnier. You
Yeah.
know? Or like more
Fish.
current, I guess. Don't thought
Horde
he eats the
fish.
fish.
Hours I sat thinking or brooding in the boat, which lay upon its side and afforded a slight shade as the sun moved across the heavens.
For hours. Huh.
That's a long time to sit like just next to the boat.
As the day progressed, the ground lost some of its stickiness and seemed likely to dry sufficiently for traveling purposes in a short time.
A lot more squids happening around here now.
Yeah, there's like some like mollusks and like, you know.
That night
Some
I slept
weird
but little,
things.
and the next day I made for myself a pack containing food and water, preparatory to an overland journey in search of the vanished sea and possible
I don't like
rescue.
that.
No, I don't like that one bit. But you know, even this
On the third
Even this
morning,
is
I
enough
found the soil dry enough to walk
for
along
saying,
these.
okay, maybe it's cool that he went insane. I get
Yeah.
that.
The
He's
odor of
addicted
the
to
fish
morphine.
was
I would do
maddening,
morphine in this
but I was too
situation.
much concerned with graver things to mind so slight an evil, and set out boldly for an unknown goal.
I wouldn't travel across this fucking tar pit desert. It's terrifying.
Yeah. Pretty
I would just
terrible.
immediately kill myself, no questions asked.
I would wait. I think I
All
would
day
wait.
I
Oh,
forged steadily westward.
See, if I saw that, I'd
Where
be
a
like, I'm
faraway
done.
hummock which
Yeah.
rose higher than any other elevation on the rolling desert.
what the fuck is that?
Big pieces of meat. Yeah, chicken bones.
This is wild, man. This should be gross.
Yeah, I agree.
That
Yo.
This
night,
is
I
gross.
encamped, and on the following day still travelled toward the hummock, though that object seemed scarcely nearer than when I had first espied it.
Oh, jeez.
He didn't have to say
It's
spied. He
fucking.
could have
It's
said spy.
moving. Also true.
A little dumb of him. Why waste time more word when few word do trick, you know?
You're such a smart
By
man.
the
You know
fourth
that.
evening, I attained the base of the mound, which turned out to be much higher than it had appeared from a distance.
Yeah, this man's a fool.
An
Yeah.
intervening valley setting it out in sharper relief from the general surface. Too weary to ascend, I slept in the shadow of the hill.
Again,
call.
fair.
I bet the hill moves and he has to
I
go
know
towards
not
again.
why my dreams were so wild that night.
I kept seeing weird fish women.
He's implying that this
But
itself
ere
isn't a
waning, the
dream.
fantastically gibbous moon had risen far above the eastern plain.
Let me see the gibbous moon.
I
True.
was awake
See,
in
there
a
we go,
cold
gibbous.
perspiration, determined to sleep no more. Such visions as I had experienced were too much for me to endure again.
Fair.
Jeez.
And in the glow of the moon, I saw how unwise I had been to travel by day.
What?
Without the glare of the parching sun, my journey would have cost me less energy.
Fair.
Yeah,
Indeed,
I guess.
I now felt quite able to perform the ascent which had deterred me at sunset.
It sounds like a weird amount of
I
motivation
started for the
at the
quest of
wrong
endless.
time.
It's like when it's 3 in the morning, you're like, I could do fucking anything right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Only the difference is this time, it's climbing a
I have
horrible,
said that
potentially
the
alive
unbroken
mountain.
monotony of the rolling plain was a source of vague horror to me. But I think my horror was greater when I gained the summit of the mound and looked down the other side into an immeasurable pit or canyon,
It's a giant gooch.
whose black recesses the moon had not yet soared high enough to illumine. I felt
But-
myself on the edge of the world,
Let me look down. I want to see the edge.
peering
I wanna
over
see
the
it.
Oh, there we
moon
go.
into a fathomless chaos of eternal
Oh, that's scary.
night.
Yeah.
Through
I wouldn't
my
be okay
terror
with that.
ran curious reminiscences of Paradise Lost.
Maybe it's not like a
of
gooch, but
Satan's
more like an
hideous
eternal
climb through
chasm.
the unfashioned
Eternal
realms
gooch.
of darkness.
Yeah.
As the moon climbed higher in the sky, I began to see that the slopes of the valley were not quite so perpendicular as I had imagined.
I would jump.
Ridges and outcroppings of rock afforded fairly
shit.
easy footholds for a descent.
Gang, time to go down this
Whilst
endless
after a drop
chasm.
of only a few hundred feet, the declivity became very gradual.
I hate declivity.
Oh, so it's not like endless.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might be, though.
Yeah, it could be.
Urged on by an impulse which I cannot definitely
Yeah, why would you go
analyze,
down into the
I
chasm?
scrambled with difficulty down the rocks and stood on the gentler slope beneath, gazing into the Stygian deeps, where no light had yet penetrated.
How can
All
you
at
gaze
once,
into
my
it
attention
then?
was captured by a vast and singular object on the opposite
A beautiful
slope,
rock.
which rose steeply about 100 yards
An
ahead of
obelisk.
How
me.
pretty. How
An
pretty.
object that gleamed whitely in the newly bestowed rays of the ascending moon.
Everyone knows not to go towards obelisks that glow.
No, you go towards the glowing obelisk.
That seems like a bad idea.
You don't know shit, dude. You're not in Cthulhu
But
land.
it was
That's how you
merely a
lose your soul,
gigantic
dude.
piece of stone.
No, the obelisk is like, hey man, this is pretty. I'm a pretty obelisk, and you're like, yeah, you is, dude. And then he's like, fuck you, I'm obelisk the tormentor, and then he torments you with your cock and balls.
Were not
It's truly
altogether
the worst.
work of nature.
Cock and ball torment.
A closer scrutiny filled me with
A greater
sensations
form.
I cannot express.
It's like beyond cock and ball torture. You get to cock and ball torment. Cock and ball night terrors.
Despite
Yeah.
its enormous magnitude and its position in an abyss.
Cock and ball tremors.
Of the sea since the world was young. I perceived beyond a doubt that the strange object
A
was
monolith.
shaped monolith.
You were close, dude.
Whose massive bulk had known the workmanship and perhaps the worship of living and
Pray to
thinking
it. Praise
creatures.
Gord.
Yeah, praise Gord, holy,
Dazed
holy.
and frightened,
Also, that's a
yet
bold
not without a
assumption to
certain
make about a
dread of
random rock you
scientists
saw in
or
Cthulhu land.
archaeologists
It is
alike.
pretty, like,
I examined
you know, it's got like
the
right
surroundings
angles and shit.
closely.
That's not really natural most of the time.
Yeah.
I'd believe it if I saw that. I'd be like, that's man-made or ghoul-made. You know, all this water.
Now near the zenith,
Hey.
shone weird
Ooh, dude, that's the fucking
Whoa.
Queen album cover on the bottom of that shit.
Yeah.
Is this
I'm
the
just a
real
poor boy.
life?
revealed the fact that a far from body of water
I'm not in
flowed across
Cthulhu
the
land.
sight in both
Easy
directions,
come,
and almost
easy
lapping my
go.
feet as I
Sanity
Suck my ass, suck
in
my
a hole.
balls.
across the chasm. The wavelets washed the base of the cyclopean monolith.
Sucking fucking balls and nuts and dick and ass. And ass.
Dun, dun, dun.
Mama, I walked to the monolith. It had sharks and shit on it. I
It
don't
does
know
just have
who
sharks
put
on
that
it.
shit there.
Yeah, look at the great white on the bottom, like bottom over there.
He's cool.
He's got some big ass chompers.
He do though.
Several characters obviously represented marine
And then
things which are
Cthulhu.
unknown to the
Oh
modern
man.
world. but whose decomposing forms I had observed on the ocean-risen plain.
Interesting. He knew.
It was the pictorial carving, however, that did most to hold me spellbound.
Cthulhu.
What about it? Oh, storytelling methods. Dagon contains many themes and storytelling methods. Lovecraft developed in his later works, such as telling the story through carvings, the Mountains of Madness, journals and characters' notes, Shadow Out of Time, islands emerging from the ocean, or fictional beings and deities based on real events and mythologies. It's also considered the origin of the popular Cthulhu mythos. Some of Lovecraft's other stories include a manner similar to Dagon, but let's skip the details in order not to spoil the ending.
This is like
Nice.
a virtual museum tour.
It's like a
pretty cool.
virtual, a virtual Lovecraft tour.
Yeah.
An array of bas-reliefs whose subjects would have excited the envy of a doré.
Of course,
I
adore
know
it.
some of
I
those
think
words.
that these things were supposed to depict men, at least a certain sort of men.
Sea monkeys.
Men who were caught down bad in 4K.
Distorting like fishes
It's sea
in
monkeys.
some
Oh yeah, probably.
Look at them. You see the sea monkeys?
Yeah, you're right. They're
or
tiny.
paying homage at some monolithic
The sea
shrine
monkeys prayed to
which
the
appeared
monolith?
to be under the waves as well.
Oh, that's him, dude.
Of their
That's him.
faces and forms I dare not speak in detail,
What?
for the mere
You
remembrance
can't.
grow faint.
You literally can't.
Grotesque beyond
'cause
the
he's
imagination
stupid.
of a Poe or a
I guess he
Bulwer.
hasn't seen them yet, but
I think it's these guys he's talking about.
They were
Oh,
damnably
they're pretty
hidden
cool.
in general outline.
that guy at the
Small
top is
red hands,
spooky. I don't like that one
shockingly wide
bit.
and flabby
I like him.
lips,
He's
Sound like
a good
fish,
voice.
man.
He's
bulging
smiling, happy.
eyes, and other features less pleasant to recall.
You know, if fishmen exist, he's just being racist.
Curiously
Yeah.
enough,
It's
they
kind of
seem
fucked
to
up.
have been chiseled badly
It's
out
pretty
of
fucked up.
proportion with their scenic background. For one of the
Although,
creatures was shown in
he
the act of
did
killing a
he
whale,
did call that
represented as
this is a land that's under the sea.
Yeah.
I remarked
So
He
good
found
on him
Atlantis?
for good on him for somehow figuring that out from just waking up, you know?
I wouldn't have been able to do this. I would have been like, I'm going back to sleep. Fuck that.
I literally would have jumped off a cliff and killed myself by this point already.
or sit there and tried.
I'm serious, dude. The second we saw that chasm, I'd be like, okay, I either die or I wake up. It's really
Yeah.
not that bad.
Some tribe whose last descendant had perished eras before the first ancestor of the Piltdown or Neanderthal man was born.
Oh.
It was a big
What
ass
about
man.
what about Neanderthal, man?
Awestruck at this unexpected
punching whales to
glimpse
death.
into a past beyond
The
conception
Neanderthal,
of
the most
most
powerful of all.
anthropologist.
Yeah. Yo, rip all my
That-
homies, rip all my fucking Cro-Magnon homies. By the way, we never.
They're still
I
under
never
the
got.
pyramid. They're good.
Oh
They're
yeah, yo, you're right. They're still chilling. They're chilling. They're waiting for the day that they need to save humanity again.
good. See, the Neanderthals though, they're gone.
Yeah, they're fucked.
They punched all their food to death
Then,
using their power.
I saw it.
The Neanderthal sounds like a Tenacious D character.
With only a slight churning to mark its
Oh,
rise
no.
to the surface,
Ooh.
the thing slid into view above the dark waters.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Whoa! A
he's
Neanderthal.
huge,
It darted like a stupendous monster of nightmares to the monolith,
Not a Neanderthal.
bro. Not a
about
Neanderthal.
which it flung its gigantic scaly arms, while it bowed its hideous head and gave vent to certain measured sounds.
I would simply let it kill me.
I think I went mad then.
I went crazy.
Of my frantic ascent of the sloping cliff, and of my delirious journey back to the stranded boat, I remember little.
Oh shit.
Is
Get out of there.
seeing a giant enough to make one go mad?
I think so. Because it would be like the same thing as if you saw a ghost for real. You know, it would alter everything.
Yeah, I guess
Like,
I
if it
would
was,
shit
like,
myself.
Undeniably provable that it was a ghost. Like it turned to you and like, hey, I'm a ghost. And
To
then
be
it, like,
fair,
went through the wall.
Even
And,
like,
like you
fighting
knew you weren't
the,
crazy.
even fighting like big dragons in Dark Souls, like that shit gives me anxiety because they're so big.
Yeah.
So like I kind of understand. I kind of get it.
I have indistinct recollections of a great storm sometime after I reached
The Neanderthals fucking crying.
At any rate, I know that I heard pearls of thunder and other tones which nature utters only in her wildest moods.
The Neanderthals are causing anger in the sky.
Okay, no need to pretend that the nature is anything other than a scientific phenomenon. Come on.
It's
now,
actually two dudes
shadows,
fighting in the
I was
sky.
in a
You
San
fucking idiot.
Francisco hospital. Brought thither by the captain of the
Thither?
American ship which had picked up my boat in mid-ocean.
You
Oh,
can't
shit.
just throw in thither like that and think I won't call it out.
In my delirium, I had said much, but found that my words had been given scant attention.
That's fine.
Of any land upheaval in the Pacific, my rescuers knew nothing. Nor did I deem it necessary to insist upon a thing which I knew they could not believe.
It's because it was fake, you idiot.
He was just having a really
Because
bad...
you were just having a bad dream.
Once I
He was
sought
having
out
a morphine
celebrated
nightmare.
ethnologist. I
Ethnologist?
amused him with peculiar questions.
What the fuck's an
regarding the ancient
ethnologist?
Philistine legend of Dagon, the fish god.
Oh.
Dagon.
Dagon, the main deity of the Philistines, worshipped through the Middle East as the ancient god of fertility and crops. The rulers of Akkad, Mesopotamia, chose him as the patron saint of their war conquest. He also appeared as a judge in the dead. In Assyrian poem? Holy shit, the Assyrians are real. He's often
sure?
mistaken. I don't know. This is a video game after all. Mistakenly taken for a fish god due to the wrong interpretation of his name, as in Hebrew the word Dag means fish. In Lovecraft's work, Dagon is an underwater deity ruling over the deep oceans, a humanoid race with fish traits that resides in the oceans. He's worshipped by a secret cult called the Esoteric Order of Dagon.
Okay.
Cool.
So H.P. Lovecraft just didn't know what Dagon actually was, and
He didn't know. He didn't know that the Assyrians were real.
Yeah.
But soon perceiving that he was hopelessly conventional.
Are they real?
Worries.
Are they? What's in the book? August Derleth and the Cthulhu Mythos. August Derleth was an American writer and anthologist. He also befriended Lovecraft and published many of his works through his company Arkham House. Although he greatly contributed to the popularization of the author's work after his death, he is surrounded by numerous controversies. What do you do? One of his most questionable decisions involved introducing the good versus evil doctrine to the Cthulhu mythos, which contrasted with Lovecraft's views of the world and his approach to cosmic horror. As a result, the author's works are often misunderstood and misrepresented in today's culture. Damn. It's also worth noting that Lovecraft was never really interested in creating a mythology, and the term Cthulhu mythos was coined by Derleth after the author left the mortal plane.
Interesting.
This guy wrote this whole game just to shit on that guy. He's like, fuck this guy, I fucking hate him.
He's misinterpreting.
I'm gonna misinterpret.
He doesn't understand.
I had to click over here so that I could go over there.
Pretty woke though that if there wasn't a video game made about it, I would have never understood this.
Yeah.
Pretty based.
I tried morphine, but the drug has given only transient surcease and has drawn me into its clutches as a hopeless slave.
Damn.
So he was just trying to find the fish god again.
Having written a full account for the information or the contemptuous amusement of my fellow men.
This bitch is crazy.
Alright, time to kill ourselves.
Often, I ask myself if it could not all have been a pure phantasm.
Nope.
A mere freak of
Fish
fever
god.
As I lay sun-stricken and raving in the open boat after my escape from the German man of war. This I ask myself, but ever does there come before me a hideously vivid vision in reply.
The big fish man with his dick
I
out.
cannot think of the deep sea without shuddering at the nameless things that may at this very moment be crawling and floundering on its slimy bed, worshipping their ancient stone idols and carving their own detestable likenesses on submarine obelisks of water-soaked granite.
But it's underwater.
When they may rise above the billows to drag down into their reeking talons the remnants of puny, war-exhausted mankind. Of a day when the land shall sink and the dark ocean shall ascend amidst universal pandemonium.
That would suck.
Yeah, that would.
I would hate if a giant army of fishmen came upon the shore and fucking beat us to death with their giant hands.
True. And you know, with the end of World War I nowhere in sight, kinda makes sense.
The end is near.
Fishmen
I
are
hear a
here.
noise at the
Shit.
door, as of some immense slippery body lumbering against it.
Oh shit.
I guess we now can look at the door.
It shall not find me.
I don't like that. Oh no. Push it closed.
God, that hand! The window! The window!
The walls.
To the walls!
The sweat dripped down my balls.
Shit. My man was really afraid of fish.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Look at this.
That was nice. I like
This is a
that.
good little thing. Being able to enjoy Lovecraft in a video game format is a good thing.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
an
one of
audio
those-
book.
It
I mean,
was.
It's a let's play.
It was like a little interesting audio book with visuals.
Uh-huh.
Some sort of visual novel.
Yes, quite. Yes.
Yeah, if you liked that, go check out their
yes,
two
I've-
DLCs.
I've read Lovecraft. Yes. I have.
Ah, yes, of course.
You may think that I am now smarter than you.
You may think me a knave, but I have read all of Lovecraft.
You'd be right to now think I am smarter than you, because I am, because I've read Lovecraft and you have not. Ha ha. Ha. Fool. Ha ha, fool that you are.
Ah, fool.
Go watch the next video, fool.